Hey, Andy here. Just going to pick up a large collection of hockey cards. Mostly 90s stuff. Probably not a whole lot in it, but worth a chance. I got it for a good deal. There might be some hidden gems in it. When I get it, I think it's about 8 to 10,000 cards. I'll show you the lot when I get it. So I just went and picked up these cards. Just around the house from where I lived, actually, Facebook Marketplace, and I'll show you what we got. So I asked to borrow the suitcase just to bring the cards out to the car, and they told me to take the suitcase and all. So it's a lot of cards. Don't know if there's anything any good in there, but it's certainly a lot. All right, here's the entire suitcase of cards, opened up and laid out on the table. As you can see, there's 4 binders, one 5,000 count box, and 8 smaller boxes. I'm guessing approximately 10,000 cards. So I brought the collection over to my folks' place. I thought it would be a bit of fun for my dad and I to dig through the boxes and binders together. I picked the entire lot up for 75 bucks. That's Canadian for my American buddies. And from an investment standpoint, I knew that was a bit of a gamble. The cards are mostly hockey and from the 1990s, and that's a lot of what's known as the junk wax era. Just an era of mass overproduction. So a lot of the cards that people thought would go up in value 20 to 30 years later isn't necessarily the case. Of course, Hall of Fame rookies in top condition and highest grades still have some value, but there are definitely a few hidden gems from these years to be found as well. I was hoping to find some cards from the 80s or older, maybe some gradable condition rookies, or some of these lesser known gems. For example, one such card I was hoping to be lucky enough to find is the 1990 Pro Set Hockey Paul Gillies Era, number 246. It's a rare variation, early print run of the card where he's pictured with a bloody nose before it was corrected and airbrushed out. Okay, so let me break this collection down for you and I'll show you what I got. In this first binder here, it started off awesome. There are actually 14 pages of Mario Lemieux cards, one of the greatest ever to play the game. And as it turned out, the majority of this collection, not just the Lemieux, are mostly from 92 and newer. The years that I was really seriously into sports cards was about 1987 till the end of 1991. So there was a lot of cards here that I was unfamiliar with, but it was still a lot of fun to explore. It was actually on Dad's birthday last week that we looked through them, and he's the same as me when it comes to this stuff, so it was a bit of fun. There were no ultra high-end cards here, but still some nice ones. Some of his standard issue o-pee-chee and o-pee-chee Premier. For someone that's a Lemieux collector, these might be nice to help complete their collections. Even if I sold them in lots of 10 for $5 a lot, that would just about give me my money back on what I paid for everything, so it was a great start. Also found in this first binder was a complete set of 93 Classic Prospects. Nothing huge in this set, but still nice to have the set complete. Next up in this binder is a set of 92 Classic Prospects. Card right there, Michael Nylander. That's actually the father of Toronto Maple Leafs' William Nylander. Neat little tidbit. There was a couple other cool cards in that set. There was a Lindros, Peter Forsberg, and a Scott Niedermayer. Marcus Naslund there as well. This binder also had a full set of 92 score traded, so overall, decent binder. Okay, so this next binder was totally different, but pretty neat. What you see here are 1994 Kraft Dinner box bottoms, and there was some pretty cool stars amongst those. Then we have some 1996 Kraft Dinner box bottoms, with a Wayne Gretzky and a Jaromir Jagr included there. Then there was some 1996 Upper Deck Post. Wasn't a complete set, just some random cards, but some nice stars. Gretzky card there. Some 98 Post here, actually 7 Lindros cards. Then we had some 1995 Parker's Crash the Game. Some nice stars here. There were 2 Gretzky cards, Lemieux card, Sakic, and a Patrick Waugh. Then I found some 1995 Jello Pudding box bottoms. I don't mind finding this stuff at all because there's definitely a market that collects this stuff. There was a Sakic and Messier. And some 88 top stickers, I believe. This stuff wasn't issued in the o-pee-chee set, just the tops, so it was kind of cool. In the entire 10,000 card collection, this was the only binder that had a couple pages of baseball cards. There was a Nolan Ryan and Mark McGuire Topps Mini. Roberto Clemente card there that I'm not really sure much about. Some Ken Griffey Juniors that I definitely remember from back in the day. Chipper Jones and Sammy Sosa rookies. A couple of Mark McGuire's Topps coins there. And a Willie Mays Stadium Club card that's limited to 150,000 copies. Limited. The hobby sure has changed since 1994. Okay, moving into the third binder now, and this was definitely the worst of the four binders. There were a couple OK cards, lots of stars, but not cards of much value. Basically a 25-cent card binder. There were a couple full sets of Upper Deck Crash the Game Silver and the bonus cards, as well as a complete set of 93 Ultimate Hockey Tribute. There were some McDonald's 2001 cards, and honestly not much else. Alright, on to binder 4, and thankfully it was better than the last one. It included 13 pages of Steve Yzerman cards. At only 21 years old, he became the captain of the Detroit Red Wings. He played his whole career there, and then retired as the longest-serving captain of any Major League sports team in North America. His career high, 155 points in 88-89, has only been bettered by Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky. There were also over 8 pages of Joe Sakic cards, legitimate superstar, first ballot Hall of Famer. Nice cards for someone that might collect Joe Sakic and fill the gaps in their collection. By far the player with the most cards in this entire collection was Eric Lindros. There are 30 pages shown here, and along with some of the other cards in the boxes and elsewhere in the binders, there's about 300 Lindros cards. Unfortunately, his career was cut short due to concussions, but at his peak, he was a very dominant player. He came into the league as a highly regarded prospect, and he lived up to the hype and expectations. Post-concussions, he wasn't the same dominant force as he was in the first few years of his career, but if you compare who were the best players of all time at their peak, an argument can be made that he's in the top 20, 25 for sure. Some of the other cards I found in binder 4 included these Pinnacle goalie masks and some goalie cards. I also found this Parker Santa Claus card. I'm really glad I found this one because I'm going to give it to my kids. Here's a classic Future Superstars card of 4 Sport #1 draft picks. And that was most of binder 4, the highlights being the Yzerman, Sakic, and Lindros cards. There's a bunch more 50-cent and dollar cards, but I won't show all those here. Okay, so on to the cards that I found in the boxes. I found these minor league pre-rookie cards, a lot of good superstars there. Also found a lot of McDonald's ice cards from 97-98. What I noticed about these cards is that the surfaces scratch very easily, so I put them in penny sleeves. There was about 80 of these cards in total, almost all superstars and in mint shape. And actually, overall, I'm very pleased with the condition of all these cards in the entire collection. From all the other boxes, there was maybe 100 cards that I put in penny sleeves. Obviously, a lot of commons and 7,000 cards. But from all the boxes, I was happy to find a few more complete sets. There was a full set of 1992 o-pee-chee, 528 cards, and a 25th anniversary reprint set. Okay, to recap, I didn't hit the jackpot with this pickup. There were no individual really expensive cards. Nothing that would go into the IP collection, except for maybe the Santa Claus card for fun. But I also didn't do too bad with this, and it's always fun to go through big collections. Overall, I'm not disappointed with what I paid for it. I think what I might actually do is break the collection down into smaller lots, and out of curiosity, see what kind of profit I can make. I'll update you guys down the line when all the tally's in. So that's it for now. Thanks for joining me. If you liked the video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up.